to talk to you about some noise concerns that are associated with heat pumps. While there's a few things we can do when it comes to equipment placement or how we route the line set as it enters and goes through the home, most complaints come from the defrost cycle. Now with defrost cycle, the longer the cycle, the higher the pressures build up, and there's quite a loud noise that's associated with the termination of defrost. ICP's solution to that is the quiet shift board. What the quiet shift board does, quite simply, is when the defrost cycle is initiated, it de-energizes the compressor for approximately a minute. Then it goes ahead and energizes our reversing valve. Once that reversing valve shifts, then after a few seconds, it will re-energize your compressor. It will come on, it will run a normal defrost cycle. Once that defrost cycle is ready to terminate, again, it de-energizes the compressor, approximately about a minute, and then it will de-energize our reversing valve. Once that reversing valve shifts, again, everything will come back on and run its normal heating cycle until either the thermostat is satisfied or it's ready for another defrost cycle. All right, guys, let's take a look at the two defrost boards we're going to be dealing with. This here is our standard defrost board, comes on all of our single stage heat pumps, and right here is our quiet shift board. There's a few differences we want to make note of and make sure that we address as we're going through the board. For the most part, this is just going to be a wire for wire change. We have two differences that we want to look for. Right here on our new defrost board, we have a T1 terminal that stands alone. On our old board, our T1 terminal is right here, integrated into this Molex plug. On our new board, that same Molex plug, that's now a T2 terminal. And then down here on the bottom left-hand corner, this is our defrost interval selection. That's just with a wire and pins. On the new board, we're going to have a set of dip switches that we'll have to contend with. So let's go ahead and swap this board out. First thing, we'll get our low voltage wires off from our thermostat. Low voltage wires that are distributed throughout the contactor and high and low pressure switches and our reversing valve. This is our Y1 terminal, and then our defrost sensor. And then over here on the right-hand side, we have our outdoor fan motor relay. So once all those wires are off, we can go ahead and remove this. All right, now with the new board in place, we'll put all of our wires back on. We'll have our outdoor fan motor wired back in. We will get our low voltage wires that run to the equipment plugged back in on that terminal. Our low voltage wires from the thermostat. It's pretty straightforward. We can't put these in the wrong spot. This is our defrost sensor. Going to go back in, just like the old one. And then our Y1 still has our Y terminal to go here. So as you can see, we have all the wires taken care of. However, we still have our T1 terminal that does not have a wire to it. The purpose of this T1 terminal is to energize our defrost interval counter. So as this is wired right now, the heat pump will come on, it will run. However, it will never go into defrost. So what we need to do, and the step that is most often overlooked, is we need to take this yellow wire with the pink stripe off of our contactor, and it simply comes out, pulls a little extra length, that goes to our T1 terminal. Our T1 terminal now has 24 volt power, which will allow the system to go into defrost. We talked about the difference down here. Now we have dip switches instead of our pin selector for our defrost interval. SW1 and SW2 is our defrost interval. If you look right above it, it'll tell you whether we're going to do 30, 60, 90, or 120 minutes on our run cycle. And the one we really want to be concerned about is SW3. SW3 is the switch that takes this board and makes it either a quiet shift or not quiet shift. So it enables and disables our quiet shift function. They come from the factory default in off position. So just simply changing this board out does not solve our problem. It will not make it a quiet shift. We need to make sure we're taking SW3, turning that to on, and now we're in good shape. Now we can restore power to the equipment, go ahead and let it run, and that should take care of any noise concerns for your customer. Guys, I hope this video was helpful, and thanks for watching.